What we do here is go back.
If God wrote the Bible, how did we receive it? Now, come on. Who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Bible? Study the Bible, not the sermon. I am the locksmith, and that because knowledge is the key. This is the channel, 5th day of the week. Things that make you go, Who wrote the Bible? Part 3, 3.1.1. So, if God wrote it, how do we actually receive it? Now, first let's recap last week, right? Because we actually touched on that a little bit as far as when the word came from heaven and Jesus Christ signified it by his angel and sent his angel to testify to the churches. Then in Revelation 14, the angel was flying around proclaiming the everlasting gospel. So this week we want to see how. And the best way to see how is to go back. So let's take it back, old school style. Ezekiel chapter 2. What you know about that end time prophecy in Ezekiel, right? What you know about that beginning time prophecy in Revelation? I know you don't know about it. Ezekiel chapter 2, Mr. Illustrious Reader, let's tell him about it. Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 8. Read it.
But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee.
What'd he say?
Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
True.
Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
Yeah.
And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me. And
so hold on, wait. He say, don't be like the rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat what I give thee. Right? So the Lord telling him about the rebellious house of Israel and how they act like scorpions. Right? And now he gonna feed them. I wonder what God's gonna give them to eat. Maybe manna? Quails? He gonna have the ravens feed them maybe? Read.
Oh, a roll of a book was therein.
Hold on, man. Take it back to the top of verse 9 and read it again.
And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein.
Hold on. So he say, I'm finna feed you, son of man. And then next thing that happened is a hand with a book in it. What that book doing now? What are you gonna do with that book? Right? And this is the angel, the hand that we see here. This is the angel's hand. And we're gonna see that. Read.
And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
Turn down. Right? So he's standing there, he said, open your mouth and eat. Next thing you know, it's a book there. And the angel gave him a book. All he saw was the hand. And he looked at the book and it was lamentations, mournings, and woe. Come on with chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 3. We're going straight into chapter 3. And verse
Ezekiel
1.
3.
Yes, sir.
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
So he said, all right, now you see the roll, lamentations, mournings, and woes. Now go eat it. Go eat it and go talk to that rebellious house. Right? The scroll here that he getting ready to eat. Read.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll.
I bet.
And he said unto me, Son of man,
what'd he say?
Cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
Yeah.
Then did I eat it.
Woo! So he gave him a book. He said, man, come on, eat the book. Caused them to eat the book. And He said, fill your bowels with it. Let it get all up in you. You know what I'm saying? Let it stick to your ribs. And then what he say? Read.
And it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me,
good food.
Son of man, go. Get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
Right, that's good right there. So he said he gave him a book. Right, now peep the metaphor here. Right, he say, I sent you to the rebellious house. So that means you here to call people to repentance. First thing you need to do is take this that I give you and eat it. And the thing he give him is a book. So he's supposed to eat the book. And then after you eat the book, you're supposed to go preach the word. Right? But before you go preach the word, you're supposed to eat the book. You're supposed to digest the book. Let the book sit up in you. Let it stick to your ribs. Meditate on the word a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get it together. Have your ducks in a row. Dot your T's. Dot your I's. Cross your T's. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Then go preach to the house of Israel. Right? And we know in the New Testament it's to the Jew first, then to the Gentile. That's what Paul said, right? So it say he did eat, and it was in his mouth as honey for sweetness, because this word is sweet when it's going down, even though he's about to go tell the scorpions about it, right? Now, so we got the angel bringing it to the man, and what? A book. And then what? He had to eat the book, right? This book right here, I'm eating it every time you did, consuming with my eyes, right? Mr. TV producer, go ahead, throw the definition of consume up, my brother. All right, so now I know I got a couple people that's out there that hate the Old Testament. I know you do. So the New Testament is the one that told us that Jesus, the one told us that he was going to send an angel, and the angel, the one in Revelation, said he had the everlasting gospel proclaiming it. So now we back in Revelation, and we got the Apostle John, right? And he's telling us his experience, right? Let's see what was his experience as concerning this word with this angel, right? Revelation chapter 10, verse 8. Let's go.
And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth.
Hold on, man. A little book again? We back to go get the book and the angel handing off the goods. Straight, like a straight drug deal. Here, take that, cuff that. And then what?
And I went unto the angel and said unto him,
What'd he say?
Give me the little book.
Give me the book, man. Give me the book. Read it.
And he said unto me,
What'd he say?
Take it.
Take it. Take it and what?
Eat it up.
Eat it up.
And it shall make thy belly bitter.
Oh, said take it, eat it up. It's going to make your belly better. Remember, Ezekiel said it was honey. All right, what happened to the honey? Right? He going to tell us it's still honey. But after it get up in you, and he let it sit up in there, and then you go try to tell him scorpions, that's when it turned bitter. Right? Unless, of course, you dirty and you bogus, then, maybe it's bitter in the beginning. Read.
But it shall be in thy mouth, sweet as honey.
Sweet as honey.
And I took the little book out of the angel's hand.
And
ate it up.
Of course.
And it was in my mouth, sweet as honey.
But?
And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Turn up.
And he said unto me,
What'd he say?
Thou must prophesy again before many peoples, and nations, and tongues, and kings.
Amen to that. So just real quick, right? A little comparison from the old to the new. Remember Ezekiel, he told them eat up the book and then go prophesy to the children of Israel. That's the same thing Jesus told the apostles too. Say don't go anywhere to the Gentiles. Take it to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? Then after you jumpstart Israel, you kickstart Israel. Now in Revelation with John, right? Because by the time John and Patmos doing Revelation, Israel done been kickstarted now. The church is, you know what I'm saying, in go mode again. And yeah, now you can go preach to all the tongues, kindred, and nations. What to say? Peoples and nations and tongues and kings, right? Definitely got to ask, you know what I'm saying, everybody who caught up in the languages, why is it, how is it that you're going to teach all peoples, not all, many peoples and nations and tongues? How you going to teach many tongues if they got to all speak Hebrew? Just call me Shouty. How you going to teach all tongues if they got to speak Hebrew? And furthermore, how you going to teach all many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings? How you going to teach many kings if the only people that's going to get salvation is Israel? Yeah, buddy, things that make you go, As a matter of fact, that's food for thought. You do the dishes. Right? They read verse 11. Oh, that is verse 11. So, things that make you go, I'm going to go on ahead and get up out of here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to drop a couple quick jewels on you, quick gems. You know what I'm saying? How did we get the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Revelation 1:1 say the Father gave it to Jesus. Jesus handed it off to the angel. The angel handed it off to some Israelite. And then the Israelite take it to all, I don't know why I keep saying all, many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings. Boy, that thing airtight, boy. That thing airtight, turn all the way up, boy. Things that make it go, Thursday. If you think this was short, hit the subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications so you can be notified when the next upgrade. Alright? Things that make you go, Who wrote the Bible? Definitely not King James. I ain't seen no white man yet. I ain't seen no Comedics yet. I ain't seen Egyptology yet. Next video, we'll see if we see Hammurabi, or we'll see if I wrote the Bible. Yeah, who knows? All right. Locksmith, knowledge is the key. Until then, 100.